of the, like, transverse process, articular pillar, whatever you want to call it. You got to get on the anterior surface of it. Okay? So it's going to look like this, where I am getting this part of my hand. I'm getting this part of my hand over the top of this whole segment here, and then I'm pushing it straight down to the bed. Okay? So if I'm assessing the U-joint, that's a U-joint IMP because it's a straight posterior, all right? So I'm just getting like that.
With your MCP?
Yep, right there. And then, okay?
Your left hand's still like that 45 kind of state.
My left hand is just kind of holding
Just hold.
everything still. Okay, and I just go down segmentally. Is that glide there or not? And this is what I was telling you, that this is just the way I do it. Like I said, I have no idea if this is the way Earl does it or not. For me, it has made a big difference from the standpoint of some of these spondylitic necks, that when you get in, and especially the IMP glides, when you get in there and try to do this assessment, then all of a sudden you'll go, oh, and it's stuck. Okay? Well, when you go to mobilize the U-joint, at least for now, you could then add the compensatory sow of the Z-joint on the other side. So you could do that. But just to assess it, I just do just the glide by itself. Okay? So when you go to mobilize it, I wouldn't do it the way that I just, I would set it up that I would get my, because that's the thing, the U-joint IMP goes with a Z-joint sow, right? And because we can't reach in and pull a bone backwards, even if your target is the Z-joint sow, the main emphasis of your mobilization for a Z-joint sow is going to be the U-joint IMP on the opposite side. Because you're still going to make this hand move in that direction to facilitate the segment moving in the direction you want it. But you're going to get more of creating that axis is going to come from pushing down on the U-joint, more because you can't grab anything with this hand to pull the Z joint. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay? The other thing is that if we are trying to mobilize a Z-joint sow, the neck should be in flexion, right? Because it's a flexion move. So what I do, I know Earl just positions and has their head, up on his belly, and he works like that. I don't like to do that. If I have a big person, I just can't do that. So, but I do usually have a table that I can pull up, or you just put another pillow under their head, so I can just position them in flexion like that. Okay? So then I don't have to worry about holding their head. He's in flexion. Okay? And let's say, whatever level I'm at here, okay, to well, let's say I haven't shown you how to assess the pivum yet, right? Just the pivum, right? So to do the pivum for a sow, I need somebody else to, you're just typing up too much. Let me have somebody else. How about, let me have you. Okay. So this is going to be my pivum for a Z-joint sow, is going to be The emphasis is on this hand. And then I can go down, let your head relax. There we go. Okay, so this hand is pushing straight down, this hand is pulling this way to create the correct axis. All right? So you should be able to do that.
So you'd actually be targeting both Z joints.
Sorry,
You'd actually be targeting both Z joints.
no. No. This is I am performing a U-joint imp on the right.
Okay.
So my hand is in a total different place than where it was the last time we did the Z-joint imp. My hand was here. Now my hand is here. And he can feel that when I do this, I'm on the anterior border of the transverse process or whatever it is that's there. Okay? Was that uncomfortable?
The last one was a little bit.
Okay. So he's in flexion. I still have his head into my belly, and okay? He's in flexion. But see, this is a totally different movement than that. Because my hand, this hand is the one that's creating the axis here for the sow on that side.
But this hand, the right hand is doing a
Straight
to the table.
posterior.
Okay.
And then, this hand is just, moving, but I can't grab anything, So I'm just kind of just creating the axis by just kind of hanging on. My fingers are kind of grabbing on to the spinous processes and just, but the axis for the movement is created with this hand. Okay? And again, if you're just sitting there and you're going, that's not the technique, remember? It's like that. Okay?
The left hand again is pulling up and,
The left
that
hand's
hand-
doing this in a sow position for the Z joint.
Right.
So it's in this. But my right hand is going straight down to the bed.